by a car.
Where'd you get that one?
Unrelated story. But I was hit, flipped over the car, landed on my feet. And I always have told it thinking, did I, like, is that true or have I kind of exaggerated that? But I talked to a buddy the other day, he was like, remember when you got flipped over the car and I saw it and you landed on your feet? This is one of those stories. Okay, so, alright, let's see if I can do the short version.
Could you break this into one?
Okay, so, long ago, long ago,
Are you sure?
and I grew up in Lakeville area.
Yep,
You know?
where it is.
Okay, so in fact, I don't know if you know it real well, but where Drainer Road meets Rochester Road.
Oh, yeah. They're right by the team.
Okay,
Oh, wait,
anyway,
you know
and
what, I'm sorry.
there's a hill. And on top of the hill is a farmhouse, and that's the house I grew up in. So, a big chunk of land and a farmhouse.
It's electric.
It's kind of
We have a
important the
question.
setting plays
I
into
have a
it. But,
question.
yes.
Is that the same thing that you have at the house?
Yes.
Buddy.
Okay, so I was like, you know, junior in high school maybe.
I'm rolling some jubies.
And I had, you know, I was kind of into like Led Zeppelin and like Aleister Crowley, and we found my grandma's old Ouija board. Oh no, you're filming this for YouTube? I think I'm already on YouTube.
No, I'm just so
Okay.
I can retell the story.
All right, now I have to really watch my game. So we had been, you know, into like we're gonna create this little group, and we're gonna break on through, and we're gonna do something. So my grandma had this old Ouija board. It wasn't Parker Brothers. I don't even know. I don't remember the company, but it was bigger and just a little cruder than the normal Parker Brothers Ouija board. And for some reason that seemed like intense or something weird. So we had this little group. We'd meet maybe weekly or something. And we were always trying. We created this system where two guys would have their hands on the Ouija board and their heads down to see the bug. You know what, Mom, Annie, will you feed him while I do this? See if you can just distract him long enough for my story or no? Oh yeah, and Monty did fall down on the Ouija board. All right, we'll see how we do.
I forgot about my dream. I had a weird dream.
So we had a system, is what I'm trying to point out. Like the guys on would have heads down, they couldn't see the letter, and then there'd be a scribe standing over it with a pen and paper who would only job was to write down the letters that appeared in the circle. We were trying to purify the system a little bit that way, so we didn't cheat it. Whatever. So we tried this for a while, and we would get never anything. We would get what you normally get if you do Ouija board. It's like it would say, maybe it would spell the word ghost fart, but with a couple other letters, and you're like, ooh, ghost fart, that's weird. Or just some strange monkey head, you know, and you try to piece it together. And yep, go get it. So one night, and I don't remember, you know, I guess it was getting near New Year's Eve. It was night just like tonight. Oh yeah. And it was just something different in the air. Like it felt kind of cold. Did you hear how the ghosts and this cold and stuff?
Yeah.
And so instead of being where normally the thing would kind of go like this was lock on every letter, just like ch 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 ch, and it quickly spelled it. I think the first phrase was Debra. I love Debra. I cannot remember. I honestly don't remember what it said. It was saying that it hit blood straw. That's what it was, blood straw. And so we got through the blood straw thing, and it told us in pretty good detail that this guy, whose name was Michael, had been killed in the straw in the barn by his lover Debra, his girlfriend, his true love Debra, not his lover, true love Debra. And that took a while to get all that together. But so it told us this story, and we said in the barn here, and it said no, there had been a barn there long ago when this was a farm long ago, which I later discovered it had been the Miller farm 100 years before. Kind of cool. So, blood in the straw. Debra killed him. Big misunderstanding. He never had the chance to tell Debra that it was a big. He caught her with another woman. That was the deal. Debra caught him in the barn with another woman. She killed him, and it was a big mistake. And he was trying to tell her from the grave that she was true love. And so that's where we were sort of like after this whole story, we're like, where do we come in? What do you need us to do? Right? Like, what's the message? How can we get this message? And it was elaborate. And it was, okay, side note, my dad had a barn. I don't know if you know farm culture, but we had a hex sign. You familiar at all with how barns have hex signs? Okay. I don't even know if many of the farmers who have them know what they mean, but I don't totally know, but I think it goes back to a very old tradition of probably just scaring off bad spirits and trying to have a good crop or something. It may go way back, but that's what I know. My dad had that because his grandpa had it, you know.
It's kind of Dutch, right?
Probably Dutch. It may be like that place in the world where they did that. But it's a wheel with different symbols. So this thing said to take that hex sign down. This was the instruction. Take the hex sign down right before New Year's Eve. On New Year's Eve, put the hex sign, and I don't remember where, but I'll make it up now, like the southeast corner of the barn. There were specific instructions about where. We would put the sign there. Debra would come, and this took the whole night to get this story. Debra would come in spirit and take the spirit of the sign, because first he told us this whole story, and we're like, we're going to see a ghost, come get this sign. It's like, no, you won't see Debra. Debra will come in spirit, take the spirit of the sign, burn it at my grave in spirit, and then we'll be together. And then you can put the sign up after that, and we'll be together. Okay, right? So that was the gist of the whole evening. It took the night to get that. It was a lot of like, oh my God, it's so intense. So we get all this. And the last thing we said was, do you have anything else? You know, we're signing off, man. It's like 2 in the morning. And the thing it did last was it did a poem. It said, I love Debra, though we did part. We had such true love from end to start.
So now I
Here, have this.
Oh, you did, yeah, and going back,
Right, so that was pretty cool in and of itself. That whole thing was like, wow, it's amazing. So we stopped, we did what it said. My dad was like, I remember he was like, what the hell are you doing? I was like, oh, I can't tell you that. I'm sure I had bleached hair at the time and a smoking jacket and bowling shoes. Like, Dad, I just got to do it, man. He's like, okay, whatever. So I put the sign in the barn. New Year's comes, New Year's goes. We get back together within a few days of that. And nothing. We don't even get ghost fun. Nothing. No magic, kooky, nothing. No cold air. Just gone. Radio static. And then kind of in that space, we had, my grandmother was sick and she was living in our house, and so we were caring for her. I started to get this vibe, like, you know what, this whole thing is, whether it's hocus pocus or dark magic or whatever this is, it isn't cool. I don't like this feeling in my house. I started getting really vibed out, just wigged out by the whole thing. Dreams and, you know, just, I remember having like possession dreams and stuff. So I either threw the board away or I packed it away, I got rid of it. Somehow we didn't do it. So that was winter. So speed to summer. Now it's parties, graduation parties. We're at parties for seniors and different things. And there's some people in the other room that I don't really know these people I'm at, but there's people in this other room that are doing the Ouija board. They don't know me. They don't. Maybe they heard some of this, but so they call. They're like, "Hey, Clute, the board's asking for you, man." So I go in this room where they're doing the Ouija board, and it's this guy Michael Stone, which I had never said who. You know, I mean, it was pretty weird that they would maybe know this. So I said, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "This is okay. This is Michael Stone." I said, "Michael, we did what you told us to do. You know, we did the thing. Are you with Debra?" And they're all like, "What are you talking about, man? Are you together?" And the thing says something to the effect of, "It was all a trick. You were tricked. Thanks a lot. My soul is now with Satan for eternity. Thanks." It's like, exactly, like that was the deal. Like, you totally, I'm doomed to eternity. You were tricked. Great.
It was the devil. It was the devil. It was the devil.
That was the end.
That was the end, and that was the last time they really.
And then we did it at my house. We did this at my house, and it said yes. And it said God, and then it said we were gonna spell something else out. But then Sarah was like, "Okay, I'm stopping."
Oh no, when you guys
we did it with Sarah.
So that's really it. And I just decided.
And then Sarah was like, "Okay, I don't want to do this."
I just started to think, you know, if nothing else, this just pulls on your fears and your own.
And then my dad was trying to trick us, like he was in the basement.